Hey, good afternoon. We're back to talk about a book that you can get at Amazon.com and Borders Book, and I highly recommend it. It's Ali, A Life. It's been out since October the 3rd, and it's 600 pages of the greatest and parts of his life that many of you may not have known about. I, on the other hand, because of being such a fan and had such love and respect for this man, I knew and I had heard of various journeys that a lot of folks may not believe, but the fact of the matter is, I think Jonathan Eagle, a Wall Street staffer at one time who has written books on the great Jackie Robinson, Lou Gehrig, and Al Capone and others, did an amazing job putting this together with the champ and members of his family, because once again, Ali is going to be helping people. I believe millions after his death. He, of course, passed away in 2016. It talks about, yes, all of the charmed aspects of Muhammad Ali, I'm sure, growing up in that middle-class family, Louisville, Kentucky, winning the Olympic gold medalist as a light heavyweight in Rome, going on and winning the heavyweight title as a young man against Sonny Liston at the age of 21, those fights against Joe Frazier, George Foreman, how many times he recaptured the championship, his charisma, his charm, his speaking ability, all of that. But it also talks about how Ali believed at one time he took 29,000 punches during his career. But Jonathan Eagle, actually, because he is a journalist, worked with CompuBox, and they've got a number. You'll have to get the book to get that number. But they also work with experts when it comes to speech. And they believe that Muhammad Ali was suffering from brain damage as early as the age of 29. And for those of us who loved him, if you watch old 8mm film in the 1960s and how just gregarious he was, and he was a great orator, and then you watch through his career as that speech became muffled and slurred and almost to the point unrecognizable. He also suffered from that dreaded disease that is Parkinson's disease. But the thing about the champ, every time on the canvas, he would get back up and he would jump back into life. And he was a very spiritual man because of his Muslim faith, a great father. But as in all of us, there were those blemishes. His wife Belinda talked about his numerous affairs. His wife Lonnie granted part of an interview, but I do credit her as the woman that really gave Ali the best part of his life. And his religion had a lot to do with that as well, too. But he was a man of peace, but he was a man of action. When you think about what happened when he was stripped of his title and how he went out and spoke out on just about everything, including civil rights, he made a big difference. And when you think about what's been happening of late with the anthem protest in the NFL and black athletes, when you think about it, Muhammad Ali was the front runner and really the man who started all of that years ago too as well. Whether you agree with it or not, he was a man that took his stand and firmly planted his feet and delivered his message wherever anyone would listen. It also, interviewed people like Larry Holmes, who he fought, and George Foreman. And George Foreman still believes that he was drugged before that fight in Kinshasa, Zaire. And Larry Holmes, the former sparring partner, said, look, why would you lay on the ropes and let George Foreman pound on you? He really should have never done that. You hear from some of his children as well. So what I'm asking you to do is to read the book, whether you be a fight fan or not, and Ali will obviously capture your imagination. And for those of you who are true fight fans and obviously understand the game and how brutal it can be, but for the love of the sport, understand the sportsmanship and the art and science behind it, you'll know that no one did it better than Muhammad Ali. But I believe this book is going to be able to help so many people that are dealing with, moments in their life when they just need some inspiration to be able to get up and get going every day, or maybe people who have dealt with the same trials and tribulations in their life. Yes, does it pack a big punch? I'm sure it does, but I also know that it will also be a very moving experience for many. Why? Because the champ had the ability to do that. He kept the world moving and the globe spinning. He was as phenomenal, I believe, in life as he still is in death. Muhammad Ali. There will never be another, the greatest of all time. The book by Jonathan Eagle is entitled Ali, A Life. Have a great afternoon, everyone.